My name is Paula Schrank. I've been attending Abiding Hope for 3 years. I guess it starts at a place where if there was something left over, I could put it in the plate. It was not a necessarily intentional offering on my part. That was a very scary thought to me because the first thought in my head was, that's a lot of money, because regardless of how much money a tenth is, it's a tenth of your income. I was in a place where I was very afraid to tithe. I was very afraid about my budget at that time, and so I was giving sort of the leftovers. Okay, if I've got a little leftover, I'll put that in the plate. But it was discipline with a caveat. So if it gets a little tough, I'm gonna quit. Contrary to that, what ended up happening is that it became, instead of just discipline, it's now a joy. It's an excitement that I can give those first fruits that they talk about and do that in a way it's exciting and joyful for me to do. So I guess that's kind of the journey from fear to discipline to joy. At some point I changed my mind, and I guess it wasn't momentous enough for me, but I changed that process for me from I'll do this as long as I can, but if it gets too tough, I'm going to stop doing it, to this is what I want to do. And I'm going to make this happen, and if something else has to suffer, that's okay. I think initially there was still some trepidation, but an understanding that I can make this happen. It was an evolution into that place of joy, of being able to know that I can write that check or make that deposit, and that I can make it work in my budget one way or another. I feel like I'm saying yes, not just to Abiding Hope, but ultimately maybe saying yes to God. Once that feeling of generosity takes over, it's just another source of happiness. Yay, I'm so glad I can contribute here or there too. I would not say tithing is the end. Oh yes, I've reached the 10%, so that's it. We're good, God. It's a discipline, but it's not like a deal. It's not a deal that you make with God. Okay, here's your 10%, now make my life perfect. Before I was tithing was probably the most difficult time. So that was when my husband died. I was not tithing at that point. That was probably where I was in that place of fear in everything that I was dealing with in life at that point. What's this going to look like? It was also out of that where I grew to tithing and feeling comfortable with that and understanding that that was not going to be the difference between eating and not eating. It's a gift. Yes, I went to college, I learned, I got an education, I am able to make a living. But all of those things are gifts that I didn't accomplish without the help of God, giving me strong family, giving me the desire to do that. It might be a big step to move to tithing, but disciplined giving can be the first step. And then that disciplined giving can evolve into saying, well, so much more and so much more. And I think it does, at least my experience, that it does evolve into saying that and seeing that flexibility and that desire. Does that desire grows out of being, stepping away from fear. Well, I think it's also, how they always tell you pay yourself first.
Mm-hmm.
Well, pay God first, and then pay yourself second, and so forth down the line. That's kind of my idea of the budget. It's his money to get from the get-go. No, I'm not left out of fun or anything else. It's simply a matter of organizing that budget in a way that lets me do the things I want to do. One of the things I want to do is support my church. But it becomes such a joy to do. That's where I sit right now. It's just a joy when I'm able to support what I really love by tithing.